What up, my sisters? What in the snizzles going on here? We're back with another one. Back with another one. Back with another one. You looking good? I'm looking good. You feeling great? I'm feeling fantastic, man. Here we have, am I the a-hole for telling my husband he is not allowed to speak at the next infant prep class we take? This is by any record 9,908. What in the snitz is going on here? Depends on what your husband did, ma'am. And depends on exactly how you over here talking to him, ma'am. Because if you're over here saying he can't speak and he's a grown man and he's actually trying to help, then that's a problem. But if he's doing tomfoolery, then you might have a valid reason. Let's look into it. My husband and I took a class last night at the hospital with probably 20 pregnant couples. So 20 pregnant women plus their husbands. Or wives. I can't stand when people say pregnant couples. I'm sorry, it's a personal pet peeve of me. 20 people, 20 pregnant women, along with their significant other. Please. Because the men don't get pregnant. They don't carry the baby. I'm sorry. We're pregnant. No, you're not. She's pregnant. You're just the father. Gosh. Sorry, I just can't stand that. He kept making jokes and trying to say little comments to me during the class. I found it came off as being rude to the instructors. The material was stuff we already knew from the most part. He has ADHD, and I could tell he was just fidgety. Plus, it was the evening class, and he takes his meds early in the morning. Well, I kept telling him to stop. We get to the part where we go over infant CPR. I told him to stop joking. I'll admit the CPR jokes videos are a bit silly with the clearing the scene and asking the infant their name, but he is doing the practice and says, call 911, MFer. Is he a child? How old is this grown man? Bro, is he honestly a child? Like, I'm asking for the clearest understanding. Is he a child? Because that is so weird and so off-putting to say, especially in a CPR class when you're actually actively going through the whole process of you're dealing with the possibility or the whole idea of your infant is choking. Why are you joking at a time where your infant, who cannot talk, cannot speak, cannot say anything, is choking, and you have to make sure you get that object out of their throat? What do you... I'm getting frustrated. He's not a quiet talker, and I was mortified. So everybody in the whole thing could hear. Okay, great. Am I the a-hole for telling him that at the next class we attend, he's not to speak, make jokes, and can write his questions down for me to look at? Edit to add, this is a 2-hour lecture-based class on infant safety. Don't leave medication out. Put baby in car seat. No blankets in the crib. His comment happened at the last 15 minutes of the 2 hours. We have talked about the next time him bringing pen and paper and something to fidget with. He said that he was not prepared for it to be 2 hours of a lecture after a 9-hour workday. He plans to prepare himself better next time. I'm sorry, but everyone else that's thinking the same thing I'm thinking is your significant other's behavior is exhausting. Like, oh my God. I have friends that have ADHD along with autism, and I have both friends that are verbal, and I have friends that have selective mutism that comes with their autism, where if they're too overwhelmed, they will go completely mute. And I have to find a way how to communicate with them. I tend to via phone or pen and paper. That's it. But never have I ever had to deal with any of my ADHD friends, my autistic friends, or even my friends that have Tourette's, going out of their way to be disturbing. Like, going out of their way on purpose to be disturbing and to be aggravating to other people. Like, that's such an out of water, and like, what are we doing? You are actively making noise, ruining the whole experience for anybody else that's in this area along with you. And ma'am, I'm concerned at the fact that you even got pregnant by this dude, because if he's this immature, there's no telling how immature he's going to be when they're doing the process of the baby being born. That is so weird. Bruh, I'm irritated. Squeaky Will says there was a couple like you in my prenatal class, and honestly, I feel bad for the pregnant wife/girlfriend. We did practice stretches, and when his 32-week pregnant girlfriend went to go sit down, he mooed at her. So obviously you're not the a-hole, but like, good luck. And someone said, not the a-hole. Relief Emotional 2639 said, not the a-hole, he's supposed to be a grown man, not a 12-year-old boy. And no, I'm pretty sure that ADHD is an excuse for this type of behavior. Planned Magnet 38 said, not the a-hole that's so obnoxious. Some of the parents in those classes are anxious and taking the class very seriously. They deserve to be in a space where they can learn and empower themselves, not feel belittled or dismissed as silly. Everybody is saying not the a-hole. And someone saying the same thing I said. Aries 2084 says, not the a-hole. Having ADHD doesn't mean that he's allowed to be rude and disruptive. Although you may already know the content, there may be new parents in the class who will need that information. At this point, your husband must have learned strategies to reduce distractions. Surely he could work or do hobbies productively without this behavior. If not, he needs to address this before the baby gets here. So everyone's saying about the same thing. Love, you're not the a-hole. Quite frankly, you're man needs to learn how to grow up. I'm sorry. Because honestly, that whole situation was childish. And it was utterly ridiculous that he would pull that during something that is so big for a lot of first-time parents, because they're nervous and they're racking their brain on, okay, I want to be making sure I'm prepared for if anything happens, our baby girl will be safe, or our baby boy will be safe, or our child will be okay in any shape or form. Not me hearing call 911 MFer, and I'm focusing on the last 15 minutes. Why would you do that? That's not funny. That's not that's not frat boy behavior. We're grown. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications when you know wherever we post. If we don't post, we'll post something in the community to let you know what's going on. Love, peace, and hair grease, y'all. Bye, Schnitzels.